Welcome to part 3 of G.I. Joe the Atlantis Factor. In this one there's going to be a lot of route exploration, as well as taking on Area E. So starting off, I'm going with General Hawk, Roadblock, and Storm Shadow. And the purpose of these levels is to get Roadblock powered up as much as you can. And these copters shooting missiles and guns at you are pretty easy to handle once you have Storm Shadow powered up. And yeah, that's really all this level is going to the right and shooting slash hitting whatever's in front of you. And there's a pulse rifle in action. Yeah, well, I might as well get this leveled up while I can. And so forth. The wave's a lot bigger, and also it travels a bit further. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. And right here we're actually at a beach, and the music's kind of drab, and there's not really a whole lot else to say about this place, except that just watch out for helicopters trying to shoot at you. Well, I guess those aren't helicopters, those are more like planes, or mini planes, or whatever you want to call them. There is kind of a short time limit here. There, as you can see, I only have about like 2 minutes left, and see, other than that, there really isn't much else to say about this place. Just watch out for mines, and also mooks. The best part is, Roadblock has the best punch out of anybody, so he could take out most major enemies in one hit. Or I should say minor enemies in one hit. And I'm just trying to take out as many things as I can, so I can get him powered up. He's already at level 2. And one other ability I should have mentioned earlier is that Roadblock can crawl by pressing down and then right. And this is useful just for getting through certain areas and squeezing through certain areas in order to get good power-ups. And as you can see, I picked up a rank up with him. I should be near the end of the level. Yeah, I would say a lot more about this level, except I don't know, I guess I just don't have a lot to say about it. So, yep, I'm there. And enjoy this cutscene. Here we meet Gung Ho, and you can call upon him with a transmitter, and that he'll give you ammo. He just also warns you that some enemies you have to take out with your fists. And now on to the next route. Same team. And welcome to Route 9, where we're doing the same thing we did in the level before. Yeah, this is where the repetitive level design is going to come into play, because there are going to be at least one rehash of every level, and you'll see what I'm talking about as we go on. At level 3, instead of a kick, Roadblock gets a flying tackle, which is pretty useful for taking out a lot of enemies. And I guess now this is where I have to make the obligatory body massage joke, but I will not disappoint. Well, just as soon as I find another enemy worth using that joke on. Okay, well, that should be it. Mr. Body Massage Machine, go! Okay, that was it. Okay, now we're at the end of the level. And just moving onward and to the east. For this one, I think I'm going to want to bring Wetsuit and Storm Shadow and Roadblock. This is going to be the first one I'm not using General Hawk. I have no idea why I did that. Let's try this again. Okay, sorry about that. I got my levels mixed up. So we're going to go about this with Route 12. This is a nighttime level with plenty of trees and plenty of treetops. And the important thing about this one is that there is some platforming you have to keep an eye on. But first, there are a lot of mooks that need an ass kicking, literally. guy's just gonna fall. At level 4, just like everybody else, Roadblock gets a downward strike. Except he kind of like dives down instead of, you know, kicking down or something like everybody else. Well, that was weird. Anyway, here's the part where it gets kind of tricky because there is going to be some platforming, and just like everything else, if you get knocked off, you'd end up dying. So let's switch to General Hawk and the lasers, and not die like I almost did. And there's our old buddies, the Buzzbores. I am just going to get out of here before I get killed. And also, those shots can home in on you if you stay still. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, just kicking more guys here. It's actually a lot easier with Roadblock because he is stronger than most of the other guys. If you see them crouch down, that means they're winding up for a kick or something. So just make sure you take them out before that happens. Let's see, who needs to rank up? I'll let Roadblock have it. And yeah, these are the main moves you'll find. I think later in the game you'll find the ones that Gung Ho was talking about who get stronger the more you shoot them. So let's see, is this thing gonna respawn? I guess not. Fortunately, Storm Shadow can take out these Buzzbores too. So let's just use him to get through the rest of this. And just gotta wait for this guy to kick. I'm not gonna use a sliding attack this much because, frankly, I just don't find it to be that useful. I mean, there are plenty of better attacks out there, if you want my opinion. That's just power up Roadblock's rifle. Roadblock isn't really that good with the other weapons, but his hand-to-hand skills more than make up for it. Okay, there's a transmitter. For this one, Cobra captured a scientist, so we're gonna have to destroy their invention as well as rescue the scientist. It's the same team. Yeah, they can handle this. On to Area E. For this stage, there's going to be a lot of going in and out of doors. Well, if you don't know which ones are one of the scientists, because what you want to do is go through these doors and find the scientist before you can exit the level. But the problem with that is, if you don't know where the scientist is, you're going to be in for a hell of a wild goose chase. And the time limit isn't really that big in this stage. In fact, the clock is probably going to be your worst problem. So, one thing is, just make sure you know what you're doing or look at a guide or whatever you can do. Anyway, this is the stage where there's a ton of turrets, so Storm Shadow with a pulse rifle can really take over with this stage. Instead, I'm going to want to jump down here because this is where the scientist is. Fortunately, they give you plenty of ammo to work with. So I'll just take out these guys. Yeah, might as well power this up with Hawk. And do the same thing here. The good thing is that you do get plenty of power-ups in this stage. And you will be needing them. Well, most of them anyway. Let's just let Storm Shadow do all the dirty work here. With Roadblock, you can also crawl under these areas and get some extra ammo. Which is always useful because you're going to be needing ammo as the game goes on. Anyway, here's where the scientist is. And we also have to rescue Snake Eyes, but we can at least go to the exit before then because Snake Eyes is actually held captive by the boss. So I do have to backtrack a bit. I'll just see you when I get there. Okay, now I'm back up here. Let's keep going to the right. And Roadblock can go under here and get this. And just more of the same with Storm Shadow, taking out these turret guys with the pulse rifle. Now that one traveled far. You do want to collect all the ammo you can, because you're going to need it. It's just me getting tackled in the middle of the air. Or me getting shot in the middle of my tackle, that's what I meant to say. Just need Storm Shadow again. I should be being close to the boss now. Yeah, you know what, I think I just want to laser these guys. Think I can take you out with a rifle? Yep. And now on to the boss. The boss is Major Blood. He doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, the main thing he would have done is jumped on the ground, occasionally shot at you, and used his fork or something to jab at you. But really all he's doing now is just crawling on the ground and throwing grenades. But that's no big deal once you have a laser gun, like I do. And here we rescue Snake Eyes. So with 3 routes down as well as a base and another new member of my team, join me next time as I discover more of the island. I'll see you then.